All right, welcome back to Finding Freedom Outdoors. We're going to start cutting some lanes, set up a couple trail cams. This is a place I've hunted for a long time. It's actually my best friend's place, but it's been neglected for a few years, so we're gonna do some work on it, give you a little first-person point of view as I go through it. Enjoy the fun. Okay, so some important things to note here. I have a full-time job. I don't have time to, completely change properties that aren't mine to make it a perfect deer haven. But this is what I'm working with. This is one of the spots on the property that's been neglected. Like once upon a time, somebody made a little improvised blind, which I think I'm actually going to fix up, change a little bit. And I might actually use that for my fiance's first archery spot if things work out and she practices enough. There's a couple lanes. And see, I've got some saws and the mower here for trails, but there's a lot of little overhang here that I need to get cleaned up. I don't want to clean it all up. I don't want it to be like wide open, but we got to get rid of some things for some shooting lanes, especially with archery. So we're gonna start in this little area. As you can see, I got a path made. I mowed, I don't know, a month or so ago. It goes that way just a hair, and then off that way, which leads to a clearing. I'm actually gonna set up a camera down that way. You'll see eventually, but we're not there yet. I'm gonna start pretty close up here and go from there. All I'm doing right now is trying to make this easier for the property owner to mow. I've been mowing it. Just had a surgery, but she should be back to mowing soon. I'm gonna have to get me a little saw, I believe, because my chainsaw's not gonna want to cut this stuff. But yeah. I'm just gonna make it easier, hack off some of this so it's not hitting her in the face. Something like this, I'm gonna trim back just a little bit. See if this is dead enough to pop. Oh, yeah. Nothing too crazy. Just a little bit of upkeep. Okay, just for something like that, that's all I'm doing. A little bit of clean. Just enough to she can get underneath it without it hitting her in the eyes or face. If she mows back here, stuff like this, more like the one on top of it, it actually comes from these vines that I may or may not cut off completely. I mean, it stretches here, it's stretching all the way over into that tree. I'm not exactly sure even what it is, but I might look that up and see if it's has any real uses or not. Okay, so just in this little spot, I can see I've got plenty of stuff to clean up. Some live saplings I want to cut, and too small for my saw, it's just bouncing off. And I've got some stuff to clean up. At one time, he was gonna make this into like his little camping little getaway in his own property. So I got a couple lounges. There's one on the other side of the mower. But just some stuff to clean up. He's got an old canvas there, probably for another lounger. There's some trash here and there anyway. We're gonna go ahead and clean that up. So I'm gonna run back to the barn, see if I can't find a little trailer to throw on a tractor and bring it out here. Just to kind of do it all in one instead of going back and forth. Okay, well, big fail on the trailer. I forgot that I need to get a hitch for the mower, and the other mowers are all out at other places. And that's all right. We'll make do. Just bought this little Milwaukee. We're gonna play with it today. Just put some oil in it before we got here. And I'm not trying to do a whole lot. Like just things that are on the main trail. we can get them off of here, stuff like that's all I'm looking to do. All this overhang at this height, I'm going to leave most of it. I don't want it like wide open. Now come fall, if this stuff starts to fall, eventually this one's going to go. Some of these others I might trim off, but for now they're fine. I'm not trying to do too much at once. Alright, so this is the end of a trail that I have mowed out so far. Right off to the right, there's the path that's overgrown now. I'm going to leave it alone for now because I'm going to come back this other way and kind of loop it around, but I want to start that way because I'm actually going to set a camera up over there somewhere. So this is as far as I'm going to go here. Now heading back, you can see I've cleared out right here. If you look at tracks, might be kind of hard to see. They've kind of, lately they've been kind of walking around here, and then they end up coming back and going around because I had a big deadfall here off of this branch. It was down, cleaned it up, shrubbed it around, so now they should be able to walk through here free again. Not that they wouldn't before, but it makes it a little maybe more enticing for them to come through. So use a big pole saw for that. What we're gonna do now is slowly make our way this way and see where it takes us, see what I gotta cut that way. This is a spot you can see right down the trail. I started to mow around it. This is kind of a pain to get around. I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna cut this one down about here and go from there. Hack that off and probably bring it straight down. Then we'll pull that off probably right out in here, just out of the way. Okay, so here's where that trail ends. It's overgrown. I'm debating on whether I should cut this or not, or if I should leave it alone. Probably talk with Tanner a little bit and go from there. Maybe make a little trail, because I'd like to have a trail to loop all the way around, but you can see they travel it, and there's probably, I'm assuming it's a pretty nice bedding area for them, so I might leave it alone. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to go to other places. I got to figure out where I'm going to hang the cameras, at least for now. Keep cleaning some things up. I'm going to leave this alone for now. Maybe by next weekend I'll change my mind and hack a path or hack it all down. Probably not all down, but maybe just a path. We'll see. Okay, just for now, because I'm curious as to what's moving around there, I'm going to take one of my cameras along this trail where I just cut that nasty thorn tree apart. And I think it might only be for a week or two, maybe I don't know how long it'll be, but I'm thinking about setting one right in here, kind of see what traffic I have coming through here. So we're gonna throw this on and see what we think. Got it hung up, checked our, I don't know if you can see, did our test pictures, made sure everything was fine, so I'm gonna leave that one there. It might only be there for a week or two. At max, if I move it, it'll be within a month, because by the time July rolls around, other than mowing, I pretty much try and stay hands off, and depending on the weather, I don't even mow these after that. I'm actually a little behind on what I'd like to do, but again, we haven't really taken care of this property in a while, so we're just kind of scrambling, not waiting too long, trying to get things ready. So that's where that's going to stay, at least for a week. We'll see what happens on camera, if anything. And I got 2 more to hang up, so we're going to find spots for them. This is one of the clearings on the property. Right now there's a stand right there. Wouldn't be my preferred spot for long term per se, but homeowner of this place, my friend, let another, somebody else hunt out here, and that's where he chose to put his stand last year. Gonna talk, he might not be hunting this year at all. If he doesn't, we're gonna take that down. This I usually try and mow at least twice throughout the year. I haven't yet because there's a bunch of deadfall in it, and I didn't know what he was doing. He had a camera out here. I don't know if he does anymore. I'm not too concerned about it. But this is just another spot I'm really not sure what to do with at the moment. I don't know. I've killed deer here. I actually missed the biggest deer in my life. If you look right in here, I guess it'd be right in there. There's two little trees out in the shade. I was actually stalking a buck from way on the back of the property, grunting at him with my bow, and right here, it was all real tall in October 2 or 3 years ago. And I was on my knees, drew back. He looked to be about 30 yards away. Drew back on my knees, shot, watched the arrow sail over his back, watched him run away. So I kind of got an idea where he was standing and ranged it from where I was. I left my bag and bow and everything over there, and he was only actually at about 14 yards away. So that was the biggest deer I've ever missed. That was in October during archery season. Come muzzleloader season, I got a picture from the neighbor, and he shot what I'm calling the moose or bullwinkle. Real wide. His tines were super short, but he had 12 or 14 of them. But real short tines, but real wide and long horizontal manes. He was goofy looking. But I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do here yet. This year I might just leave it. Maybe mow it kind of high one time, pick out some dead branches and just leave it and see what happens. Okay, getting toasty out. So the main place I hunted here last year, this is the path that I took to get back to the stand, which is more or less in there somewhere. It kind of loops around. There's also a direct trail over there, but a big tree's falling over it, so I'm gonna have to cut it up. So we're gonna work on this. We'll see how far I get. There's a place I always like to put a camera back here, but got a lot of cutting to do. We'll get to it and see what kind of path we can make. All right, well, again, got the camera hung, did a test picture. We're gonna leave it at that and back out of this spot. I got one more to hang, the experimental camera, and then I've got a couple things to cut up for my friend, again the property owner, little things she'd like cut up, and call it a day. Well, actually, just for the ha-has, I'm gonna see if we can't get through without doing some jungle crawling the way I usually get to this stand. This is known as Jenna's stand. It's hers. She doesn't want me to move it. My best friend put it up specifically for her to use. And yeah, but I shot 2 deer out of it last year, so she didn't. But anyway, let's see if we can make our way back to how I get here. My general trail, because before this was all trail, and as you can see, there's just a wall of trees falling back behind that brush. So that's going to be a big project. It actually looks like I can get through my direct way to the stand depending on the wind. It doesn't look too bad. We're going to see if we can get through. Oh, there's a down branch there I didn't see. Bunch of the spiders, we don't like that. But actually, it looks like something's been using the trail. It's not that bad. But we'll see when it gets close up to the line here. Actually, I'm pretty surprised. I thought there'd be some more stuff down in here, but it's actually still pretty open. So we'll take that. Yeah, then it pops out right out here.
Couple little things to cut right here, but no big deal. And now we're out of the woods. And you can see that's where we started. So we remember where I put the first camera up. Back down along there, right in that clearing. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to clear out or not. But there's two other trails that I don't mess with. They're deer trails. They're nothing I've made. That end up coming through here and into that clearing where another person's stand is. I'm thinking about putting it right in here somewhere just to see the traffic for the next week or so, what's coming right through here in this big man-made opening. If I get a bunch coming through here, you know, from that way, but I'm not getting any on that camera, I know, at least at the moment, which come October, November, could mean absolutely nothing. But I know at the moment, they're not coming from that trail, they're using a separate one. Which if I get a lot coming from that first camera, that tells me, at least at the moment, they are bedding there. I'm gonna probably leave it alone. If I'm getting nothing coming out of there, which I highly doubt will happen, that means they're not using it through there for whatever reason. They don't like it, not using it. And at that point, I'll definitely cut it down and get my opening back, because that's a good spot to set up a saddle. But yeah, we're gonna set up right in here somewhere with this new camera I'm gonna try. Probably just, you know, right on, you know, that tree, or maybe right here or here. We're gonna figure something out. Okay, so this camera we're gonna try, I don't even think it has a brand name. Just a 4G LTE cellular trail camera, battery and solar powered. Now I have opened it, I've charged it, I've activated it, I've done all that already. But I do find it interesting. It comes with, you know, a solar panel. It came as part of the kit. So we're gonna set that up. I don't know in here if the solar panel is gonna be much good or much good. I don't know how useful the solar panel is gonna be in here, because anywhere I want to set up the camera, kind of, it doesn't give you enough cord to get anywhere where I would really like sun, and I'm not clearing, you know, I'm not going to clear a bunch of growth just for a solar panel. So I don't even know if we'll put it on. We'll find out. Okay, so we can look it up. I don't know about the brand still, but the model is an RBX-H10 for anybody interested. Okay, so for now, this is 100% not getting left here. But I'm just setting it on this tree, looking at back toward the 3 or 4 different converging trails, just see, depending on how this camera works, get an idea of, you know, where they like to come from most often. If they're using all the, you know, trails, there's one they prefer at the moment, you know, however it works out. And wouldn't you know it, I just set it all up last night, not a problem. Get here today, turn it on, and it needs a firmware update. So it's sitting there updating. So I gotta wait on it. I could stand out here all day, work out here all day, however you want to put it, but it's not all gonna get done in a day. So we're gonna go spend some time with the pregnant lady and the boy. And after I shower, because it's hot and I'm gross now. I think that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Basically just a quick, I don't know how quick it is, but a little look into how I'm setting things up, or starting to set things up. Kind of how I like to do things, right or wrong. I'm no professional hunter by any means. This whole place is about 20 acres. There's roughly 10 that you can hunt out of, There's roughly 10 wooded acres. A lot of it's overgrown now. Slowly trying to fix that, get it back to what it once was. It helps now that I've become friends with Tanner. He's a great hand to have. But that'll pretty much do it. Anybody in the area likes to talk hunting, is about hunting, fishing, whatever, get a hold of us. You don't have to buy anything out of our shop or anything like that. We're not going to tell you no, but you definitely don't have to. But we like to fish, as I mentioned in a separate video. You know, we're going to talk fishing, camping, hunting, hiking. If it's outside of 4 walls, we're probably going to get into it at some point, just making little videos, little goofy things that we think about. I know we can't be alone, and I know plenty of people that hunt and fish, but this is all we care to do. It's all we want to do. If I'm not with my immediate family, this is all I want to do. I don't care to be inside. I don't care to, go anymore. I used to be a big sports fan. Anymore, I don't care to go see sports unless it's, some sort of MMA stuff. But even that's, it is what it is. Don't really care about baseball, football, any of that anymore. I mean, I don't know what else you do. Video games. Sure, I'll play them. That's an after dark activity if you're not out fishing. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. While I ramble, long story short, Tanner and I, we both live to be outside. And a lot of friends we have, and I'm speaking more for Tanner, I guess, on this, because I don't keep too many hunting friends, period. But they like to go out when the getting's good and everything's great. But, I'm not interested in going out hunting for 45 minutes to an hour and it's cold, so I want to go inside. If that's your thing, great. It's probably smarter than what I do. But I tend to do the suffering. Don't know why. But I do. Same with fishing. If I'm to go fishing, I want to go all day. Or unless I limit out. I suppose that doesn't always take all day. We're looking for more people like us, think the way we do. I don't care about most anything else. I'm sure there's things to disagree on, but overall we generally don't care. This is what we want to do. This is what we do. So if you're like that, get a hold of us. If you have questions about anything, get a hold of us. If you think something I'm doing right now here is stupid, get a hold of me. I'm all ears. This is all trial and error. I could ramble on all day about anything that I'm trying to do. Whether I question, every tree I cut, every sapling, every clear cut I make, I really don't know. I take guesses, semi-educated guesses, but of course you're not always right. And maybe you're a harder hunter than we are. It's definitely not impossible. Long story short, get with us. We want to try to build something. Even if it's just a small group of us around, Jasper County or Indiana period, or it could, who knows, but around us that think the way we do. I'm not going to keep rambling on here all day. I'm walking back and forth waiting for this camera's firmware to update. Got other stuff I can get done. So, we always say, find your freedom. This is mine. This is mine. I feel at home in places like this. And it's not a slight. I've talked to other people, friends, that feel that that's a slight to like family or being with friends or even being social. I don't feel like it's anything like that. This is just what I feel like I was meant to do, is to be out here. I don't get to do it as much as I want, of course. I think I could be out here 23 hours a day and it not be enough. That's kind of, and I'm sure we'll get into it. And I ramble some more. I'm sure we'll get into it eventually. The whole find your freedom idea. In a nutshell, this is it. Do what you want to do outside. If you're out here, and again, or not again, but this is a piece of private. I pretty much have it to myself, but you can do this on public too. Find your freedom out there. Find it in a small little pond. It doesn't have to be a crazy 200-acre piece that you have all to yourself and this and that, or it can be anything. Get outside. I don't believe we were meant to sit in a house all day in air conditioning, even though it sounds really good right now. I can't buy into that. Now I'm definitely done. So I think my phone is done too, because it just beeped. So all day again, get outside. Outside's important. Get in shape. I need to do that. That's important as well. I'm feeling it today because I'm not in shape. and find your freedom. We'll see you on the next one.